Hey, what is that Holy Grail card that you've been wanting to get your hands on? When you read the title of this video, you probably already know what that means as far as looking for that Holy Grail of collecting cards. If not, it's basically that card that you just have to have, that you're thinking about all the time. It's the one that will make your collection complete. Well, at least it's going to be a big step in your collection. And it's not necessarily one that's completely out of reach. Some people say, "Oh, the Holy Grail is the T206 Honus Wagner." No, that's not true. Okay, yeah, that's a card that's unattainable, but the next big thing in your collection, the one that you just have to have, that's the one I'm talking about, and you know what I mean, right? I got a couple, that through my years of collecting, were my Holy Grail of cards. And I'll just give you a couple of them here. The first one, is when I started collecting in about 1989. Jose Canseco was my favorite player. I don't know why, he just was. Okay, so give me a break. And each one I'm talking about here, of course, the 1986 Don Russ. Get some good lighting on that. That was the card that I had to have. This card was worth $50 back in 1989. I don't know why, but it was one that everyone wanted. I wanted, and I could never get my hands on. One of my buddies says, "Oh, I got one of those cards." I'm like, "No, you don't. No one has that card." He's like, "Yeah, it is. I'll show it to you." I went over to his house. He's like, "Well, I can't seem to find it." I'm like, "Yeah, right. You can't find it." I didn't even know what this card looked like in person. I saw it in magazines, and it was worth $50. And I just dreamed of having it. I'd never seen that much money before. $50. So I never got one. When I was young, card went way down in price after that. What is it worth today? Like $15. I did pick one up for like $6 on eBay a couple months ago, and there it is. It's a good condition one. I'm happy with that. But I just had to have it, and it stayed on that Holy Grail list for a long time. Even though now I just don't really care about it, but I'm still happy to have it. Next one was a Vince Carter rookie card. And I am still a fan of Vince Carter. I think this is probably going to be his last year. He's been playing for 21 years or something like that. So may not have been as good of a prospect as people claimed, but I'm still a big Vince Carter fan. Let's see here. Jackie Robinson. Okay, so this card, I'm not going to go into a lot of details there, but I've had this one for just about a year, so it's still kind of a new card too in my collection compared to others. For me, this is an important part of U.S. history. Having this guy's card, the first black baseball player in the major leagues, it's opened the door for a lot of others like Satchel Paige and Roy Campanella. Cool guy. I had to have the card. This one's in pretty banged up condition, and I did pay a lot for it. Let's see. Ricky Henderson, 1980 rookie. Of the modern era of cards, this is a must. Got one in pretty good condition. I got it for a really good price a couple months ago. But step back a couple decades ago, I had to have a Mickey Mantle, and I was willing to pay for it, but I was not willing to pay for a good quality one. So I got his last year, 1969. I'm not going to zoom in on it or scan it because it's not in great condition. Has a nick on it and some dinged corners, but it's mine and it's a Mickey Mantle. I was like, yeah. And let's see. Let's go through a couple of these real quick. So, 89 Upper Deck, Ken Griffey Jr. I had to have it, and couldn't get it. And I just bought it recently. This is a good condition one. I paid a lot for that one, about $25. Billy Ripken Error, the F Face Error. It was kind of one of those that I heard about it when it first came out. Never got it until recently. Let's see here. The Sandy Koufax. Okay, so this has an important one to me. This was my Holy Grail card for a long time because I was collecting every single baseball player that played after 1960. I just couldn't get my hands on this one. It's like they were all too expensive. On eBay, I kept getting outbid, and finally I got this one. It's just last year. It's not in very good condition, but I got a good price on it, and I was just like, yes, it was such a relief when I got it. My next one is my Danny Ainge autograph card. You're probably thinking, oh, what is Danny Ainge doing in this list for? He's always been my favorite player in basketball, and I don't keep up with him anymore, But back in the day, I was a big Portland Trail Blazers fan. He was on the Blazers, and I wrote him a letter, and he sent me a signed 5x7. I got it here somewhere. It was autographed, and it just changed my life. I mean, for a little kid to get a signed picture in the mail, that was so cool. So, and this one I picked up recently on eBay for next to nothing. But to have him sign a card was my holy grail because, you know, I really just never had a chance to get one. So this one I picked up recently as well. None of these I really got as a kid just because there was just out of my reach. So what is your holy grail card? I want to hear about it. What, you know, what are you hunting for? What did you hunt for and get? Um, I I got a couple in mind that I'm still looking for. You know, someday I'll be like, oh, I want to get a Thai cob, a real Thai cob, but because there's a bunch of them out there, but they're just a little bit out of my price range. Probably the one I want next is that 1967 Rocky Colavito. It's a high number card, and you know that may not stick out as a card that a lot of people are looking for, but it's pretty valuable. It's his most valuable card because there were so few made. It was a high number card where Topps was just making pallets and pallets of cards, and they stopped being purchased that year. When the high numbers came out, they just started burning them, throwing them away because they couldn't sell them. So there are very few of them distributed. So that's my card I'm looking for right now. It probably goes for like $60 or $70. So it's not like unattainable, okay? I probably just need to like close my eyes and click and buy it and just bite that bullet because I have to have that card in my collection. That's my holy grail list. Like I said before, I want to hear about some cards that you want. Do you want that Michael Jordan, you know, 687 Fleer? Do you want his rookie, right? Whatever. It's not his real rookie, but you know what I'm talking about. Do you want that Ty Cobb, that Honus Wagner, that 52 Mickey Mantle? That's a big one, right? The Nolan Ryan rookie card. So maybe some popular ones there, but tell me about some that you have, that you still want, that you still have to have, those one of ones. Let's hear about it. Thanks for watching. I hope it was a fun video. I hope to do more fun stuff, and I hope you subscribe and like, and we'll see you next time. Holy Grail! Okay, start the video.